Yes, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. Today I want to update you on the latest news regarding Elon Musk and his potential Twitter coin. We'll talk about Trump and his NFTs, an update, as well as new news on Sam Bankman-Fried, digital currency group, selling assets, and more. Because on this channel, we drop one video per day, keeping you informed on crypto. So check the timestamps down below, and let's jump in, starting with the biggest news. We just got the most recent CPI data. Bitcoin dips with stocks after the US reports a 6.5% CPI inflation. So inflation is decreasing, so this is a positive number, and annualized inflation slowed to 6.5% in December from 7.1% previously. And let's make sure we differentiate from headline CPI versus core CPI. Headline was 6.5%, and it was estimated it would be 6.5%. And core was 5.7%, and it was also estimated 5.7%. So pretty amazing that the feds can predict consensus estimates. What they thought would happen did happen. And the difference between headline and core, the core CPI, which strips out volatile items such as food and energy, was up 0.3% in December, in line with forecasts. And Bitcoin dipped slightly on that news, very slightly. So what does this mean if you hold crypto? Well, first off, I would argue that markets didn't really dip. There wasn't really any significant move one way or another, a significant move. And that's because what the Fed thought would happen did happen. Now, it is positive that as per the latest data, CPI, US inflation falls to lowest in more than a year, meaning positive direction, meaning maybe the Fed doesn't need to be so aggressive like they were last year. But really, this isn't a big enough change compared to where the Fed wants to be, around 2%. We're still above 6%. For more stability, we will need to see the Fed bring down inflation even more and keep it there. 2% is still far away. And also, let's be honest, CPI inflation is not quite the same as real inflation. US CPI inflation is 6.5%. While we know if you're out at those stores, food inflation is over 10%, electricity inflation is over 14%, and natural gas inflation is almost 20%. Meaning CPI on its own, they do cherry pick their data. But again, this tells us we have a long way to go. Now, that doesn't mean that innovation for crypto per Elon Musk and Twitter isn't happening. I'll give you the news as of a few days ago, and then the update we just got today. As per a few days ago, leaked Twitter code reveals secret crypto bombshell, raises serious Bitcoin and Dogecoin questions. So this was one of the original posts. Twitter is working on coins. As you can see, this would be under the monetization tab on Twitter, I guess used for tips, estimated earned revenue, and then here's a pic of what would be the Twitter coin. And then another screenshot, tips, coins placeholder. Again, this is being actively developed. The code was extracted from a recent version of the Twitter web app, and the icon of the Twitter coin, which I showed you, may be related to the crypto integrated tipping feature Twitter seems to be working on. And let's remember, this isn't live yet. In a direct quote from one of the researchers that uncovered this, it isn't rolled out yet. There is a little information out there as to what this is exactly. But we do know that back in December, it was CEO Elon Musk who reiterated interest in crypto payments in a Twitter Spaces to an audience of 2 million listeners. In fact, here was Elon's exact quote. He said, "It's kind of a no-brainer for Twitter to have payments both in fiat and crypto." And then a few weeks later, we learned Twitter was working on this. Well, as of today, we just received an update. More details emerge on Twitter coins, and crypto is not included. So basically, these were just newly leaked images of the project's development shared by both original whistleblowers, shared on January 10th, showing that the code right now is devoid of any mention of crypto or blockchain technology. In a direct quote from people viewing the code of Twitter coins, "It seems to be an in-app currency to support creators. I didn't find anything that relates to cryptocurrency." I found this interesting though. We got a little screenshot of the coins feature will be right on that nav bar menu, as well as a direct quote from the screenshots Coins allow you to support creators who tweet great content. Unused coins are kept in your balance. And last but not least, the coins do seem to be in relation to the Twitter awards, much like Reddit has little awards you can give Reddit users, things like Mind Blown, Bravo, One Super Like, etc. So very similar to Reddit's rewards and tipping system. This is an ongoing story. I'll keep you updated. And before we get to the Trump NFT update, I do have to share with you this. This just happened. Miss Universe Contestant represents El Salvador with a Bitcoin-inspired costume. This look represents El Salvador's history of currency, said the Miss Universe announcer. For a long time, cocoa beans were used, and then the colon, this big coin I'm assuming, until it was replaced by the US dollar. And then in 2021, El Salvador became the first country in the world to use Bitcoin as legal tender. You don't need a sash to walk around dressed as cash. So this was a little education for the world. First cocoa beans, and then their own currency, then the US dollar, and now Bitcoin. A natural evolution. Well, what about Trump? The Trump Digital Trading Card Project mints new NFTs for winners of prizes. So again, if you like Polygon MATIC, you like this because this is on the Polygon blockchain. And according to the data from NFT marketplace OpenSea, the same wallet that sold the original NFTs is minting tokens that serve as access passes to the sweepstakes prizes touted during the launch. These new tokens, like right here, feature images of Trump holding a sign resembling a ticket. And the prizes include a group Zoom call, a gala dinner, and a hardcover copy of his book, Our Journey Together. And the interesting thing to me is what's the value of all these NFTs on the open market? Well, the collection now has a trading volume of 35 Ethereum, or just under $50,000, and a floor price of 0.021 ETH, or nearly $30. So seems pretty low. And while the group Zoom calls cost 0.03 ETH, or $40 to access, a one-on-one meeting with the 45th president is listed as 200 Ethereum, or about $278,000. According to the official sweepstakes rules, the average retail value of the one-on-one meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago is $0/priceless. But of course, if it's an NFT, truly, then that means it trades on the open market, and we'll see what the people value it as. The latest news with Sam Bankman-Fried is this. SBF denies stealing FTX funds in a new online Substack post. So here is an excerpt from that post, all of which to say no funds were stolen. Alameda lost money due to a market crash it was not adequately hedged for, as 3AC and others have this year, and FTX was impacted, as Voyager and others were earlier. So he blames poor market conditions, but Udi's right. It's amazing to me that Sam Bankman-Fried is still comparing FTX to lenders like BlockFi, Voyager, and Celsius, who lent out customer funds with poor risk management. FTX shouldn't have been lending out customer funds at all, regardless of risk management. Yes, funds were stolen, Sam. These fake excuses are targeted at people who don't understand how crypto exchanges work. But Sam does know how they work. On a crypto exchange, customer funds at rest that aren't involved in any leveraged positions should never be affected by poor risk management. And speaking of poor risk management, an update on our digital currency group video from a few days ago. DCG mulls over the sale of their venture portfolio to shore up $3 billion Genesis shortfall. So it is being reported that Digital Currency Group is about to sell their venture portfolio to get some quick cash. This means DCG's stakes in more than 200 crypto projects, including data firm Dune Analytics, Ethereum Block Explorer, Etherscan, crypto exchange Coinbase, and USD coin issuer Circle, could soon be up for sale. In my opinion, this is good. I don't want one single entity owning so many of the major companies in crypto, and it doesn't look to me like this is any specific crypto protocol, meaning they're not selling Bitcoin or Ethereum, the specific coins, yet, at least not listed here. Yet, this portfolio is worth about $500 million, and they need to get around $3 billion. Some of you were still asking me about this. There is 1 day left until ticket prices for Bitcoin 2023 go up. If you're interested in going next year in Miami Beach in May, or this year, Miami Beach in May, use code ALTCOINDAILY for 10% off your ticket, link down below. See you tomorrow.